Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season. Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now Locke. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. 19 yards right off the bat, and a quick 1st down. Run there on 1st down, and a pretty good one at 5 yards, so make it 2nd and 5.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL, so when they're that high powered, you got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
2nd and 5 now. Locke. Forced out to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Here's Locke to throw. They're going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. So far this season, this defense has had their issues against the pass, so that's a great sign for them to get the early pick.
Yeah, confidence builder for them and an absolute shock for the quarterback, because he went into it, he saw the numbers we saw, he watched them on tape. I think he came into this one thinking this is going to be a big day, and it very well could be, but early in this one, advantage defense.
They'll contain him to just 4, 2nd down. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Nick Chubb, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Browns on just 2 plays have taken the lead. The extra point by Sly is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings, because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
From midfield, here's Locke. This is Gordon on the dump off. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. 3 yards the gain there, second down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So, as you said, you shrink the playbook, pick out the...
And all the way home for a Broncos score. So Melvin Gordon, he has been a 1,000-yard rusher in this league. No more for getting the tough yards, but he breaks off a big one there. Extra point from McManus is good. And that will tie our score here in this opening quarter of play. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And they are losers of 2 straight coming into this Thursday night game. Is it more difficult, CD, when you take a losing streak into a quick turnaround game like this?
It certainly is because you don't get time to work on the issues that you've had throughout the season that have caused you to have the record that you're having. You can't really get those set. So now you're trying to minimize those and maximize what you've been doing well. And I remember a game recently where one of the assistant coaches said to the head coach, forget our running back rotation. This guy has a hot hand, and they rode him to a victory. Those are things you have to look out for in games like this.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. Buying time to his left. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away. This defense for the Broncos, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Good coverage on the outside, and I think that's where he wanted to check that down to. But once he saw the danger over there, he just threw that one over everyone's head. Smart play.
Oh, fires this one downfield for Chubb. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Now that's a good bounce back after giving up a touchdown on the opening drive. Just 1 first down permitted and then out. Obviously no loss of confidence with that defense, and now they get to turn it back to their offense.
We'll call that a 49-yard punt with a return of just 2. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are.
They're going for Hamler, but this is intercepted. Picked off by the rookie Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown. Short throw, pick 6 right there. Those linebackers, they love when those short throws come and those eyes get real wide, don't they?
How about the anticipation on the play? Reading, reacting, and then the ability to catch the football and take it in the opposite direction.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Locke trying again after the pick 6. And that's going to be Incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
I think that's how this defense is going to need to play these tight ends. Again, get right up on them and stay physical. And that paid off on that play, helping force that incompletion.
So after the incompletion on first, now second and 10. Locke going to hand it off here to Gordon. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on that one as it brings up a third and 10. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Yeah, it looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. Locke going to throw. They'll set up the screen. This is Williams. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a fourth down. And punter Sterling Hoffrichter out now on fourth down. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Browns will take over first and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. This defense for the Broncos, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. From the gun, Mayfield. Going out wide, finds Chubb. And he's got some space here. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Give him 32 on the play.
He was not the primary target. They expected to get the ball downfield. Instead, checked it down. An old coach of mine used to say to us all the time, when they check it down, that should end the down. In this case, though, he foiled that in a big way and turned it into a big play.
And able to push forward for right around 3 yards down to the 42. This defense for the Broncos, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. This defense for the Broncos, they played really well in the win over the Raiders a week ago.
But we certainly had a nice conversation with the defensive coordinator, didn't we? And what we heard, I like what we did, but we definitely need more pressure on the quarterback this week.
Looking for Shepard deep, and it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. So problems with errant passing continuing. Remember, he threw 2 picks in the loss last week and now another here in this first quarter.
And sometimes, partner, this is the result of a quarterback who's simply trying to do too much. Feels like he's trying to make up for what he did last week, and he can't do it all on one throw.
The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. From the gun, it's Locke. And his throw here is incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They look to throw. It's Locke. That is taken in by the tight end Fant. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Now Gordon on 1st down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line. That's the end of the 1st quarter with the score Browns 14.
Here's 2nd and 10. Here's Locke. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. A gain there of 30 big ones. On 1st and 10, here's Locke. Open man Hamler, that's complete. And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Into the red zone, it's Locke. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Play action. Now it's Locke. And it's caught. And the Broncos are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. So in the 2nd quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
Gordon. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. Again, Gordon. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up. The loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder. And they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them.
And this time he is in.
Yes.
Melvin Gordon. His 10th touchdown of the season, 2nd of the game. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. So it was the passing game that got him down here, but closer to the goal line, it's the running game that gets him home.
Certainly appears that they lulled the defense into thinking that the passing game was going to be it the entire drive. Nice change up there going to the running game to get him over the goal line.
This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
From the 29, Mayfield. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. After the turnover, here's Locke. He finds his man, complete. That's Beck. And the Broncos are going to have a 1st and goal. They nearly had the touchdown, but he's going to be marked out of bounds just shy of the pylon. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Denver. Melvin Gordon on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Broncos have broken the tie. McManus's point after is good. And the lead is now 21-14. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. Mayfield. And Ingram hauls it in. And he is going to have a Browns first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2. Mayfield off the play fake. Throw left side, complete to Ingram. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 48-yard line. Handoff comes to Chubb. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up. And Mayfield again with the interception, his 3rd. Picked off by the rookie corner, Pat Surtain. Past the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. Well, dare I say it, it's kind of quid pro quo. Both defenses now with an interception return for a touchdown.
Your vocabulary, sir. Well done.
Extra point, hugged the upright a bit, but he gets it to go. And the lead now up to 14. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And following the pick six, and they decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better.
Pressure comes, and down goes Baker Mayfield. And Von Miller, he was the one getting in there, able to wreak his usual havoc.
And Bronco fans have to be so excited because Von Miller missed 2020 with an ankle injury, suffered just days before the season opener. An 8-time Pro Bowler, the all-time sack leader for the Broncos, and the active leader in the NFL, they are happy to welcome him back.
Throwing on second and long. Mayfield. There's the rookie from Auburn, Anthony Schwartz. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the number 3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. Mayfield looks to throw. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off at the 40. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. This defense had 3 interceptions last week. They're on pace for more than that here. 2 in the first half.
Do not adjust your set. This is not instant replay. This is a defense that is locked in. They're essentially running the routes for the receivers and turning them into the receivers themselves, aren't they? I mean, it is amazing what I'm seeing because the reactions of those guys back on the back 7, phenomenal.
Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Second down, here's an option right. And this Browns defense coming to life. They get him behind the line for a second straight play. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down. Block now to throw. And he's taken down. This will be a Browns sack. And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout call. And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. So we come upon halftime with the visiting Broncos taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you very much as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Browns going to see the football first, but they trail here as we resume play on EA Sports. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And right out of the gate, they face what you think could be a pretty important drive.
I would say so. You know, they're down 2 scores. That's not the end of the world. It wasn't the strongest of first halves, but for them to start calling back, they've got to start putting a little pressure on that defense, start cutting into this deficit. You can't have 3 and outs and expect to get that done.
The first play of the second half, a big success, over 30 yards. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And he's going to get this inside the 30. The Browns passing game finding its stride. They've got another first down. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Finds his tight end Ingram. 7 yards, the pickup there. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. He's got the first down inside the 10. And all the way down to the 5. 50 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. They'll run with Chubb. No dice this go-around. He's hit behind the line and taken down. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up second down. A give. This is Chubb. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5.
Well, sometimes I get caught in hyperbole, but I think they desperately need to punch this one in. They're running out of time.
Yeah, 2-score game, second half. You're down here. This is the time to put it in the end zone.
And not going to get much better than this for an opportunity.
Quick hitter here. It's complete.
Excellent job there defensively. Gave up the underneath to the tight end on 3rd down, and they made sure that they did their job. Got him on the ground and prevented him picking up a first down.
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Bronco defense comes up big. The Broncos onto the field ready to start their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, it's hard to have vision as a runner and find a hole when there's nothing but defenders in your way. They stacked that one up really well. But give him credit. Instead of trying to bounce it out and turn it into a big play, which might have turned into a big loss, kind of just took his medicine there and took the 1 yard.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now a play fake, and here's Locke. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up 3rd down.
Well, that one was all about the defender making life difficult for the receiver. Very tough for a guy to hold on to the football through all that contact. He ends up forcing the incompletion.
Locke working out of the gun. Quick slant to Hamler. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th. And here's Hoffrichter now, the punter, as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. The Browns drive about to get started. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a 4th down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
2nd and 9. Mayfield on play action. Looking deep downfield. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Ronald Darby.
their own 23-yard line.
The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly, because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard is still up there and the game's going to go on, you think you can take the spirit away from another team, that their drive and will to come back and win can be taken with another score right here.
It's still third quarter, but you just get that feel.
Yeah, they're teetering right there on the brink, aren't they?
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 36 yards on the play.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Clock now on first down. This is Hamler on the receiving end. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up second and a yard.
Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. That's going to be caught by Coulter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. Now the handoff comes to Gordon. And he stopped immediately there. Sean Murphy Bunting got him down. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
That's complete. Okuebunam. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And they go the wrong way on this one. Losing yardage back at the 12. That'll back them up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. The kick by McManus is good. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So that almost certainly the final piece to this puzzle, a 3-score lead. I don't think there's any coming back from there.
Well, you know, normally I'd get on you for giving up on the game right here, but I do think you're right in this case. This late in the game, 2 scores is tough enough. 3, I'm with you. That seems out of the question.
The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the 4th quarter. This would be their 3rd. Rush coming, and he's taken down. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
And they decided to go with the safety blitz there. And look, if that gets picked up, quarterback really has the advantage then, because he'll have more time to throw the football and some wide open space. But when it doesn't, that's a guy who gets a free run into the backfield, and oftentimes the QB ends up on his backside, as he did there.
And if you're wondering how quick a quarterback's decision-making needs to be, a next-gen stat says that play took all of 2.8 seconds from beginning to end.
43 is the mic, boy. 43. Check it.
Throwing is Perkins. Finding Sterling Shepard for his first catch. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
2nd and 10. Now Perkins. And incomplete on the deep ball.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, fourth quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield. The Browns on third down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. To throw is Perkins. He'll complete this to Ingram as tight end. And he will get him down a couple yards shy of the first down marker. A nice tackle coming up from his free safety spot. They do get 9, but it leads to 4th down. They'll run for it. Chubb. And he's going to have the first down yardage to the 35. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
Okay, you and I are sitting up here getting ready to analyze whether they should go for it or not. Did you see the quarterback just point to the sideline and say, everybody back, I've got this call?
Well, you knew this side of the field they're in a double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Simmons. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. Yes, folks, that is his 3rd interception, and I'm going to use one of the most overused phrases in football. He's a ball-hawking safety.
I love the way that you called for the shot there. That's perfect, though, because there is something to that. Being a safety often allows you freedom to roam around a defense, maybe not a specific assignment. Today, his assignment, find the football, and he's done so quite well.
They'll try and grind some clock with Gordon. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
Many times when a play breaks down and the quarterback's moving around outside of the pocket, you're thinking just get rid of something short. But a lot of guys are coached, think deep, take the big shot, hoping someone can get lost behind the secondary. They weren't able to connect on that one.
That's caught left side by Judy. And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. The Browns drive about to get started. Even though they were able to force the punt defensively, still a big hole to climb out of, especially at this late stage of the contest. Eluding the pressure right. And this is Shepard on the catch. And they'll blow that one up back at the 16-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he's able to get up here to the 26. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. From the gun on 3rd down. Perkins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. I guess at this point, Charles, heck, why not take some shots?
I would agree with that totally because a big play can't hurt at all. Heck, you might get a pass interference call out of it. Somehow the ball might get tipped up and you come down with it. Might not do too much for the result of the game, but it could add to your stats.
56 to Mike.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to let it fly. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Broncos are going to get the football back in great field position. On first down, it's Gordon, and he'll get it down this time to the 17. 84 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. So this one will wind up a Denver victory. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the first quarter, but second, third, and fourth quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout,